welcome back, I like to say, but it's been a while. Yeah, so this year I've decided that I'm going to try to do more of these. I think I say that every time, but this year is going to be the year that I do try. Because I'm saying it, but I'm doing it. Yeah, right? I'm just going to do a look today using a palette that I put together of using the Natasha Denona palettes. So this is what it looks like. And basically, I took all of the mini size, no, mini, what are these? For large palettes? I don't know what these are called. What are these called? I think these are referred to as the large palettes, and then the ones that are slightly smaller than this are the like midi palettes. Anyway, so I took, I want to say I have all of her palettes of this size, and what I did was I just kind of took them all apart, and it's really easy because they're all they all pop out, they're magnetic, but I put them together in a way that made sense to me, in a way that I would actually use the colors, because especially this one, this Circo Loco palette, I knew I wasn't going to use it the way that it was, but I still wanted it because FOMO. And yeah, so anyway, let's get started. I'm actually going to start with moisturizing my face. I sin querer queriendo test it out whether or not toner does anything. And at least for me, I can say that it does. Because I noticed that when I stopped using it, my face was really, it wasn't dry, but it was still flaky, if that makes sense, right? Like, it just had texture to it, and I couldn't figure out why. And I really think it's because, well, I know it was because I stopped using toner. And the reason I know it was because I stopped using toner is because I started using it again, and now I've noticed that my face doesn't have the same texture. Why did I stop using toner? I forgot, and then I just continued to forget, and then I just didn't use it anymore. So it happens, but now I know that, at least for me, like I said, it does work, and I will not be stopping using it again. So anyway, all right, so I used a facial oil really quick. The other thing is, I've been breaking out horribly, so what I'm gonna do is, while I do my eye makeup, I'm going to put on some of this spot treatment and just kind of give it some time to absorb, like I said, while I do my makeup. All right, now I'm going to go in. I actually did this eye look yesterday, but I ended up running some errands and did it super quick, so I didn't even get a chance to do a full face picture for Instagram. And I decided I'd do it again today, and you know, try to make a video on it. This year and last year, really, I really got into plants because we have our own place, and I don't know if I've talked about that, but we've had our own place here so November was a year, I think, and so like a year and a half now, and I've always really been into plants, specifically succulents, but now that we have the space and the ability to do it, I've really expanded into houseplants, and see, you know, kind of all around me I have plants, and that's kind of what I've been focusing my energy on. Like, I'm still doing Instagram, which is really the majority of what I do, not like this, right? Or I do have a blog that I've kind of neglected, but I also would like to get back into. But that's the reason why. Also, we got a puppy, so that also takes up a lot of our time. And I will post the colors that I use. I'll post the colors that I use down in the description. I'll try to remember. So if anyone has these palettes, you know, you like the look, you can try to do it yourself. So just take that kind of tangerine color and put it in the crease. So this is a powdery shadow. I'll show you. You see, can you see right there how powdery that is? And that's why it kind of picks up a lot like this. That's okay. Now, if you don't feel as comfortable bringing it up so high, or you think you brought it up too high, what you can do is take a lighter color and kind of put it there in your brow bone area. So between that color and your brow. And that will help brighten up the look, or, you know, make it look like you didn't go up that high, I guess. Blend it in better. I'm not sure. I'm not sure how you say. So I'm going to go in next with a tan. It's kind of like a I'm really bad at colors, aren't I? A fawn? All right, we had a puppy emergency, but I'm back. So I think I was saying that we're gonna use, or I'm gonna use, this fawn-like color. And basically it kind of has like, it's brown, but it has a tinge of orange, if that makes sense. I ask if I make sense a lot out of fear that I don't make sense. So that's something fun. Not really. All right, and now I'm going to go in with an olive green. And I notice this doesn't really look green, but I mean, maybe it does. All right, so just going back and forth, and then you can see right there, it's kind of, well, it's patchy there. So what I'll do now is take a little more of the shade and just very lightly do circles in that area so that I can blend out the color and make sure that the color's applied everywhere evenly before I start blending it out, so I don't have to worry about going back after I've already blended it out, packing on color, and then having to blend it out again. So that's just how I do that. All right. And now I'm going to do the same thing over here. And again, this is a powdery shade here. This one here. So what I do is I'll dip my brush in there and just make sure it's well coated, and then tap it off before I go into onto my lid. All right. And see, that one went on. I don't know why, I guess my left eyelid is always more cooperative or easier to do. I don't know. I guess maybe my eyelid and my hand cooperate with each other better, is what I can say, or should say. I started getting a little too warm there. My room itself is pretty nice feeling, but standing in front of these lights makes it feel very hot. All right, so there's that. And now I'm going to go in with this color here, which is kind of it's brown with kind of a green tint, or undertone, and that's just to darken some more. And you definitely don't have to do this. You could definitely stop it at this stage here if you feel like this is dark enough for you. I like to darken out my outer lid more, and also I like to use as many eyeshadow products as possible because I have so much to go through. And I'm just going to tap it on there with a smaller brush. And I don't know, I'll definitely, when I clean this up, I'll fix this this angle here, or even it out, I guess, because definitely like this part comes out more, than this part here, but that's okay. That's why I do my eyeshadow first. That, and you do see the fallout here. So by doing my eyeshadow first, I don't have to worry about that because I know I'll just go back in and clean it off. All right, so now that I've got the color on there, I'll just go back with a brush I haven't used anything on and just blend it out. So I like to keep it further, I like to hold it further out at the tip of the brush so that I have less, let's see, it's like I have less control over the amount, I have less control over putting on too much pressure, if that makes sense. Sorry about that. But it's basically to make sure that I'm using a light pressure. And so what I'll do is, in the areas where I have a lot of color, I'll do circles, little circles, just to blend it out but not sweep away any of the color. I don't know if that makes sense. I just made that up. But so in circles here in this area, and then the areas where I want to feather out the color, blend it in with the other colors, then I'll do sweeping motions. And again, all with a very light touch, like this. All right. And then when I'm satisfied with it, I will do the lid shape. I noticed that on this side, the color goes higher in my crease. If you can see, it goes to the center of my lid, whereas like here, it doesn't. That happens to me a lot. I don't know why. I don't know why I do that subconsciously. But I'll just take a little more color there. And I just packed on the color. So now I'm going to take the same brush that had nothing on it and just do the sweeping. And you just kind of want to be careful with this step if you do have to bring it up a little higher, because it's like eyeliner. You'll start with one side, it's a little is higher, and then you'll add a little, and then you'll add a little, and and soon you'll have your whole eye dark colored. So I also don't think it's that big of a deal because hold on, let me close my blinds. All right, hopefully that'll help with the heat too. But what I was saying is, I don't really think it's that big of a deal if they're not exactly even, because it's not really noticeable. Like, you'll notice it, but I don't think that others would have noticed if I hadn't said it. I don't know, maybe you would have. I don't know. So if you would have noticed, let me know, I guess. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe people would have noticed, and it's a good thing I'm making them even. Now I'm going to go in with some glitter glue. I use the NYX glitter glue, and this is the second one I have and the second one that's done this, but it always breaks at the tip. Like, you know, and then when I'm pouring it, when I'm squeezing it out, it pours out from the tip. Does that happen to anyone else? Am I just, and I've tried to like be careful when I'm screwing the top back on to not put too much force into it, to not put too much torque into it. But it happened to both of them. I don't know. Whoa. All right, so I'm just gonna do that on my lid, and I do this with every glitter, well, not glitter, because I try to stay away from glitter, but every shimmer and metallic shade I use. I just feel like it makes it apply more evenly and makes it last more evenly and longer. So I'm like, my eyes start to get sticky. And that's what you want. You want it to feel a little tacky. So I'm just drying this out and fanning my face because I'm so hot. And then I'm going to go in with, what color did I use? I think I used this color here. And you can go in with your fingers or you can go in with a brush. I find it easier, well, of course, I find it easier to use a brush to do more detailed layout. Meaning like put it everywhere you want. So I just, you know, follow that the curve of my lid. Just like that. And then the other side. And if you're not someone who has a lot of lid space, what you can do is bring the colors up more into your crease. No, higher than your crease, so you're creating like a you're creating a fake crease. I was trying to use a word. It sounded better than fake. I don't know. I feel like some words I have a lot of feelings. All right, and then if you want to get it more pigmented, not pigmented, brighter, I guess, you could go in with your finger and then apply it that way, but I like the way it looks like this. And now what I'm going to do is just, again, take a brush that has nothing on it and just kind of go back and forth between that shimmer metallic color and the outer lid so that there isn't a harsh separation line. And in the crease, I will kind of go a little more, you know, back and forth further, I guess. Again, just to kind of blend all that in. All right, there we go. Right, now what I'm going to do is I just grabbed a Q-tip and I put some eye makeup remover. I'm just going to go lightly under my, or lightly in my under eye on both sides, just to clean that up, to make sure I don't add to the dark circles, right? And I'll just go light, I'll just do that lightly with the Q-tip, don't press into it. I will take, you know, one of these, I like to use the little cloths. This is a makeup eraser, but really you can use like any microfiber cloth. And since you have that product on there, I use the Clinique Take the Day Off eye and lip remover, I think, lip makeup remover. And with the Q-tip, you do kind of leave a little bit of a residue that you can just take this and you clean that off, but then you can also, you know, just make sure that you get everything. The other thing I got were my mini ears. We used to go, I live in California, and we used to go to Disneyland like all the time. But, you know, it shut down for a while, and then while it was shut down, well, we had annual passes, and then we let our annual passes expire right in time for the park to shut down, the world to shut down. And when they reopened, they did away with the annual passes, and they started this like magic key or keypad, I don't know what it's called, but it was just really, it wasn't the same perks. And even now, like, no matter what tier you have, there's still blackout dates, which I understand because the parks were really, really packed. But there's like blackout dates, and they have a bunch of rides going to refurbishment in March. We are in March later on this month. And so it was just like, it just wasn't really worth it for us right now. And I don't know if it'll be worth it. We don't live as close to Disneyland anymore, and I don't have a car anymore, so I won't be able to go as much as I did before. I worked near the park, and we lived closer, and because of the pass and everything, I would just, like, I would go 3 to 4 times a week, I would say. You know, and I would go just people watch, maybe like grab some popcorn because I love the Disneyland popcorn. But, you know, just spend a couple of hours there. Sometimes I wouldn't even get on the rides and then go home. But now it just takes more effort to get there. We don't have the passes anymore, but I still have the ears, and I keep geared, you know, this would be a good way to wear them, to show them off, just to hold my hair back. All right. I just put on some under eye gel and another face oil. So the under eye gel, especially since I just used the Q-tip and whatnot to clean off my under eye area. I just want to bring some moisture back in there. I'm just talking too much. Get on with it. Okay. What am I going to do? All right. I have, all right, and now I'm going to take this color correcting treatment. It's like a cream, a moisturizer, and put it all over my face to cancel out some of the redness that you see. This is the the Dr. Jart Plus Tiger Grass Cica cream treatment. I'll have it down below. And it moisturizes, it has SPF 30, and like I said, it cancels out that redness. All right, so sometimes you'll see a green tint as the treatment. That's what it's called. It's called a treatment. I don't know. Kind of settles in. It is supposed to do a little bit of skin tone adjusting. I don't really pay attention to it, so I can't say yes, but I can't say no, you know? The point is that I have been using this forever. My redness hasn't gone away. Well, I guess it's gotten a little bit better. It's not... Sometimes it would just peek through my makeup, and I don't know, this helps. So I've been using it forever. I really like it. Like I said, it has SPF 30 on it, so that's nice. I'm not leaving my house, so I'm not going to put additional SPF. I don't really know if you have to if it's necessary, you know, but wear SPF. Even if it's not sunny outside, you know, if you're gonna go outside at all. Alright, even though I won't leave my house, I will go outside, but it's getting dark. Alright, so now I just put on some primer. Oh yeah, that feels so nice. Alright, always make sure the product's all evenly distributed. And then this does actually help a little. Just let that sit in a little bit. Let that sink in, settle. You know. Now we're gonna go in with some foundation. Oh, actually, what I'm going to do first is I'm going to put this another treatment and put that there. So this is like an eye treatment. You know, it's supposed to help your skin look more youthful, but it also, as you can see, has color. So as it sets, it does provide a little bit of cover. I use it kind of as a base for my concealer. And now while that sets in, I'm gonna go in with my foundation. And I've just been using a brush for my foundation. You can use whatever you like to use. I was using a sponge for a while, which I think was probably better, because I would wash the sponge before every use, so it was probably more hygienic. But I lost it, and then I just didn't bother looking for a new one. It's like the story of my life. And then just kind of blend that over that treatment. It's a little difficult right now because my face is sweating. I just feel like nothing's setting. But it's okay, we're gonna continue. Alright, how's that looking? Good? Alright. And then what I like to do is I'll just kind of clean my brush off on whatever you have. You know, you can use a cloth or a paper towel, whatever, your pants, and just to get all of the product off, you know, any excess product that you might have on your brush, and just tap everything into place again, or just tap over everything to make sure it's all in place and there's not, you know, you're not missing any product anywhere. It's all blended in nicely. All right, and I'm gonna go in with a concealer. Nope, that's my mascara. I'm gonna go in with a concealer now, and just the corner of the eyes where I kind of get dark spots, and then just there, just to kind of lift up the lift the eyes, right? Like, you want to lift your eyes so that they're not sagging and you don't look old. I don't know, I feel like I look old no matter what. I look my age. Isn't age an interesting concept? When I was young, I felt like my age now, in my 30s, that it was so old, and you would live so much life, and you would have like all this knowledge and experience and money, and everything would be all figured out. And honestly, like, I don't feel any different. I mean, I work now, I do have money to spend, and I live on my own, so I eat steak for breakfast and candy for dinner. but yeah, I don't know, I guess what does it mean to feel old, or to feel like an adult, or feel, you know, what age do you feel? It's the heat. My brain is melting. I'm sorry. Why am I sorry? I'm not sorry. I need to take some setting powder. I don't do well with heat. I'm just like melting. I'm melting. I'm gonna take some setting powder to make it look like I'm melting less. And the loose powder I'm gonna put on my under eye. Now, typically I look up to do my setting powder, but I notice that causes, or I realize that causes the powder to go into the skin that wrinkles. That doesn't sound very flattering. But because of that, it makes the wrinkles show, right? Like it brings them out. So now I've been trying to break out of that habit and look forward, the way that my eyes would spend the majority of their time, so that I don't emphasize those wrinkles there, those skin folds. All right, now I'm going to take a pressed powder, and this is like a, I don't know, it's pressed, it's a pressed powder. And right, so I did get this because of a Year of the Tiger theme, and I know there have been people who are like, oh, you know, how is that Year of the Tiger? I guess like the stripes. But I didn't have it. I wanted to try it. It's cute. I don't know, cute, cool, interesting, limited edition. So I got it. I have a question. Is oily and sweaty, are those the same thing? Because I think they are. I don't know. Like, I'm oily in my T-zone because I'm sweaty. Because am I sweaty, or is it my oils? I'm gonna have to look into that now. The other reason why I need to make these videos more often is because I never remember what I've already talked about. But unless you watch my videos consecutively, maybe you don't either. Maybe I could talk about the same thing every time. So just, you know, the outsides of the face, bring some color back into it. I do feel like I have a large forehead, so I do some there. And I like to contour my nose. Alright. I feel like now, I don't know, I think it's because of the lighting. Well, duh, it's because of the lighting. But I feel like I look super orange. Let me see, hold on. Is that worse or better? I like to think it's not the bronzer making me look orange. I don't think it's orangey. I'll try to remember to add a picture. It's not so much that I'll try to remember. It's not so much that I'll try to remember to add the picture. I'll just try to remember and figure it out. I'm still not great at this whole editing thing. And now I'm going to go with my brows. I don't know why I'm always like, it's brow time. Hear the brows, they never fail. They always make me want to wail. Brow time. Fudging Steve coming back with his inspirational message to all of us, people who watched him, making us cry. Alright. So I just, I don't make a big deal of my eyebrows. I want to make sure, they look like they're filled in. They look like I did something. And I'm going to finish my eyes. My lower lash line now. I'm going to go in. What am I going to go in with? What am I going to do? Less orange? More orange. I don't know. Is it just me? Maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm the only one who thinks I look orange. I'm going to go in with this creamsicle color. That's what this is. That first color I used. When I first started doing my makeup, I was very intimidated by using color on the lower lash line because I always thought I would just look like a panda. And now I do it all the time. Maybe I still look like a panda, but I like it. And I'm going to go in with that olive green and just a flat, dense, probably like an eyeliner pencil, and just on the outer bits. Now you can smoke out this look more by bringing it all the way in, or you don't have to use it, whatever feels best for you, whatever the occasion calls for. Alright, and then I'm going to use that same first, was it the same? I'm going to use a pencil brush and just, alright, almost done. We've almost made it. And curl my lashes, do the mascara, put some lips on, or I guess color my lips. My lips are already on. I do also have the Grand Canyon on my forehead. Let me do it and take these off now. Wow, okay. Maybe I should have done that when you couldn't see how terrible my hair looked. Now I'm looking at that mascara I put away earlier. This isn't my favorite mascara. I feel like I have to layer it on a lot to get the volume and definition I like. I don't know what that Suspita was about. I guess just like my body catching up to my brain. That's what that looks like. Alright. Oh, see, that one's nice. I think some mascaras, well, I know, some mascaras, the longer you use them, the better they are. And I don't know if it's because they become better or because you become used to it and you like it, but right when you reach that point, it's almost over. It's almost gone. It's time to replace the mascara. Well, I guess if you use the same mascara, if you replace it and use it and you like it, I mean, you got used to it. Alright, yes. Lower lash mascara is one of my favorite things. I don't know why. I think it's like, I just love the way it frames my eyeballs. Yes, my eyeballs. I don't know. It's weird, right? Alright. I feel like I should fill these silences with something. Normally I put some kind of music in here, like a little tune, but alright. Lipstick. Lipstick, lipstick, lipstick. I went outside the line. I went outside the line, and then it stinks because, you know, you did your makeup there, so when you wipe it away, you wipe away makeup. I don't often use lip liner, but I buy lip liner a lot. So now I'm forcing myself to use the lip liner. And there we go. That's it. That's that. How did Bailey say? You like it? You love it? You want to wear it? It's Bailey Sarian. I'll post her down below. I didn't steal that. I'm sorry. And anyway, that's the look. I will try to, like I said, remember to add a picture of what it looks like in artificial lighting because the sun is gone. But yeah, so I really like it. I like how the green came out. I like that the green feels wearable. I like that I am able to use colors in the Natasha Denona palettes that I probably wouldn't if they were in their original palettes. And yeah, that's that. I hope you enjoyed, and let me know if you want to do this look, if you would wear it. All right, talk to you guys hopefully soon. Bye.